Hello students, welcome back to CET and GWT classes. In the previous we completed inverse trigonometry. Now the next chapter is relations and functions. Here there are two topics are there. First one is relations, next one is functions. Now I am dealing with second year because this relation functions it is in the first year also. Now I am dealing with second year. Now first topic is I am taking relations. So what is the mean by relation? Before that one, what is the Cartesian product? Cartesian product. Suppose capital A is 1, 2, capital B is A, B. What is the Cartesian product of A and B? That is A cross B. That is A cross B. That is the set of ordered pairs. What are the ordered pairs? First, in the ordered pair, first element should be belongs to A, second element should be belongs to B. That is 1 A, 1 comma A, next 1 comma B, next 2 comma A, 2 comma B. This is the A cross B. Now in the A cross B, how many elements we have? That is n of A cross B is equal to n of A into n of B. Number of elements in A into number of elements in B. It means how many? These are 2, these are 2. 2 into 2 equal to 4 elements are there. In the A cross B there are 4 elements are there. So it is the n of A cross B. So what is the formula? Number of elements in A cross B is n of A into n of B. Next, what is meant by relation? Relation R, it is indicated by capital R. The real numbers is different. That is not this R. That is different R. That is real numbers. Here it is the relation. Relation is denoted by capital R. Now, this relation is subset of this Cartesian product. So, relation is the subset of Cartesian product. Suppose if I define the relation R from A to B, that relation is subset for A cross B. So all of you know this definition. Now, how many relations we can form from A to B? If I take here two sets, that is A, B. How many relations we can form from A to B? The number of relations. The number of relations from capital A to B, that is 2 power n of A into n of B. The number of relations are 2 power n of A into n of B. It is the formula. Remember this one. The number of relations from A to B are how many? 2 power n of A into n of B. Next, what is meant by inverse relation? Inverse relation. See here. Suppose some relation I am taking are from capital A to B. Capital A and B are the two sets. I define the relation from capital A to B. Capital A to B. For that one, the inverse relation is R inverse. It is reverse. It is from B to A. The inverse relation is from B to A. So here simply what we can write, R inverse is equal to, in the singular form, it is A comma B comma A, B comma A, such that A comma B belongs to R. That means in the R relation, A comma B ordered pair is there. Then what is the R inverse is B comma A. So what is the inverse relation means? Capital A, B are the two sets. If I define a relation R from A to B, then the inverse relation is R inverse from B to A. So it is the R inverse. It is ordered by B comma A, where A comma B belongs to R. See here. Suppose here R equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 is there. Now what is the R inverse? Inverse relation. So ordered pair will be reverse. So it is 2 comma 1. Next 4 comma 3. Sorry, 4 comma 3. Next 8 comma 6. These are the R inverse. So it is the inverse relation. In this one, all of you know what are the domain, what is the range. Domain is first elements are the domain elements. In the ordered place, the first elements are called domain elements. Next elements are called, that means in the ordered pair, second elements are called range. So domain of R is equal to range of R inverse. Remember these points. Domain of R equal to range of R inverse. So see here. What is the domain of R here? 1, 3, 6. These 1, 3, 6 where we have in the R inverse? In the second order pair. Second numbers, that is in the order pairs, second digits. 1, 3, 6. Second means range. So range of R inverse. Next, domain of R inverse or range I am taking. Range of R. What is the range of R is here? 2, 2, 4, 8. This 2, 4, 8 is the domain of R inverse. That is 2, 4, 8. So it is the domain of R inverse. So domain of R is range of R inverse, and range of R is domain of R inverse. This is the inverse function. Next one is in the relations types. Types of relations. Types of relations. See, the first one is void relation. Void relation or empty relation. Both are the same. Empty means it is 5. 5 is subset or equal to A cross A. This 5 is called empty relation or void relation. It is defined on capital A. Capital A is a set. If I take capital A is a set, then the relation 5, in the relation 5 subset are equal to A cross A. It is equal, it is set empty relation. That means phi is the empty relation. Next, second is universal relation. Universal relation. I am taking capital A is a set. Capital A is a set. The relation A cross A. The relation A cross A subset are equal to A cross A. Then this is called universal relation. It is called universal relation. Next, see the third one is identity relation. Identity relation. See here, I am taking capital A is a set. Capital A is a set. Now identity relation is I A equal to the ordered pair A comma A. The ordered pair first element, second element compulsory is same. B comma B, C comma C, D comma D, 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2 like that. Such that this A belongs to which set? A only. This is called identity relation. Next, fourth one is, all of you know this one, reflexive relation. In the secondary we have this reflexive relation. So what is the reflexive relation is? Suppose here, when you can say a relation is reflexive, suppose here in the A, 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. In the relation, if I take, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 4, close. Now see, in the A, which elements we have? That is 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 elements we have. These 4 elements ordered pairs should contain same. That is, if you have 1 means 1, 1, 2 means 2, 2, 3 means 3, 3, 4 means 4, 4. If you have these 4 ordered pairs, then you can say it is reflexive. See here, 1 comma 1 is there, yes correct. 2 comma 2, yes correct. 3 comma 3. In this one there is no 3 comma 3. If one ordered pair is missing also, it is not reflexive relation. So here 3 comma 3 is not belongs to the relation R. So it is not reflexive. Suppose here capital A equal to 1, 2, 3, and I define the relation on A is 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Close this one. Now, is the relation is reflexive or not? This reflexive is completely depend on the given set A. Always remember. Reflexive always depend on the given set. In the given set, how many elements are there? That many ordered pairs. That means the same, it should be same. Like identity. If you have 1 means 1 comma 1. If you have 2 means 2 comma 2. 3 means 3 comma 3. Should be in the relation. See here 1 comma 1 is there. Next 2 comma 2 is there. Next 3 comma 3 is there. So it is reflexive relation. In the 3 ordered pairs, if any one is missing also, it is not reflexive relation. So this is now reflexive relation. Now, how many reflexive relations from A to B? How many reflexive relations we can form from A to B? That is 2 power n square minus n. 2 power n square minus n. Here n means, what is the n means? Number of elements in the A, in the relation. Number of ordered pair in the relation. So, number of reflexive relations are 2 power n square minus n. It is the formula. Remember this one. Here n means number of elements represent in the given set. Number of elements in the given set. That is the n value. So, number of reflexive relations are 2 power n square minus n. Next, after reflexive, next symmetric. Symmetric. So what is the symmetric means here? If A comma B belongs to R, then B comma A belongs to R. Then we can say R is symmetric relation. So I define this R on the set A. Here A comma B, for all A comma B belongs to capital A. If this condition is satisfied, then we can say it is symmetric relation. Suppose here one more also is there. If A comma B not belongs to R, then B comma A also not belongs to R. For all A comma B belongs to A. In this case also it is symmetric. In this case also it is symmetric. Like how it is means, if you do hard work, you will get good job. Is the statement is correct? Yes. The same statement I am writing as, if you are not doing hard work, you will not get good job. It is also correct. Not. If it is not belongs to R, this is also not belongs to R. Then also it is symmetric. Now, how many symmetric relations you can form? That is 2 power n into n plus 1 by 2. Number of symmetric relations is 2 power n into n plus 1 by 2. This is the formula for number of symmetric relations. Number of symmetric. Number of symmetric relations are 2 power n into n plus 1 by 2. Here what is the n means here? Number of elements in the given set. Next, transitive. What is the condition of the transitive? If A comma B belongs to R, B comma C belongs to R, then A comma C belongs to R. If two pairs exist in the relation, how the pairs must be? In the first order pair, second element. In the second order pair, first element should be same. In the first order pair, second element. In the second order pair, first element should be same. If any these two pairs exist, these type of pairs exist, Then A comma C, first last, A comma C belongs to R, then we can say it is transitive. Otherwise we can't say it is transitive. To be transitive, one more condition is there. If A comma B belongs to R, B comma C not belongs to R, B comma C not belongs to R, then A comma C not belongs to R. In this case also we can say it is transitive. Remember this one, it is most important. When we are solving problems, it is most important. This one and this one. What is the condition is? Actually two pairs should be exist. But in the two pairs, second pair is not exist. Second pair not exist. Suppose like this. Capital A is 1, 2, 3. R is 1, 2. Next 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 I am taking. 3, 4. Is it transitive? Yes, it is transitive. See here. What I said, two pairs should be exist. Two pairs should be exist. How should be the pairs? First pair, second element. Second pair, first element should be same. That pairs only we have to choose. See here. In this one, first pair, second element is 2. In this pair, first element is 3. Both are not equal. We can't take. So 1, 2 is there. With the starting 2, there is no element. There is no other pair. 3, 4 is there. With starting 4, there is no other pair. So here 1, 2 exists and 2, something does not exist. That's why it is transitive. That means this one, this case. Remember always. Suppose here one more I am taking, R equal to here. See here two pairs exist. 1, 2, 2, 3. These two are equal. These two are equal. Now we have to check 1, 3. Do you have 1, 3 here? No. This is the first one. First method. First method is this one. 1, 2, 2, 3 exists. What do you have to check? 1, 3. 1, 3 is not in this set. So it is not transitive. Suppose here 1, 3 is there. Yes, 1, 3 is there. Yes, correct. We can say it is transitive or not. Check once. Not only this pair. Take another pairs also. Take another pairs also. See here. 1, 3, 4, 3, no. 2, 3. Any pairs can exist? Can you take for transitive? No. It is the only one pair which is in the form of A, B, B, C. So it is transitive. Suppose these type of pairs not exist here. These type of pairs not exist here, even though it is transitive. Pairs not exist also, it is transitive. That is the main thing here. You have to remember. So there is no formula for number of transitive. There is no shortcut formula for number of transitive. And number of reflexive is 2 power n square minus n. Number of symmetric is 2 power n into n plus 1 by 2. Next, if your relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then what we can call it is equivalence relation. when we can say a relation is equivalence relation? When it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then we can say it is equivalence relation. Out of these three, if any one fail also, we can't say it is equivalence relation. Next, how many equivalence relations we can form? See here, the logic. Number of elements in A or in the given set. Number of elements in the A. Number of space not sufficient. Here I am taking number of elements in A, number of equivalence relations. See here, in the set A, if we have only one element, then number of equivalence relations are 1. Next, if we have two elements in the set A, then write down this one again here. Now 1 plus 1 is 2. So in the set A, two elements we have. Number of equivalence relations are 2. Next, in the set A, if we have three elements, now it is, what is the last one is 2. Write down 2 here. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. Number of equivalence relations are 5. If you have 4 elements in the set A, number of equivalence relations are, what is the last element is 5. 2 plus 5, that is 7. 3 plus 7, that is 10. 5 plus 10, it is 15. Number of equivalence relations are 15. Next, if you have 5 elements in a set, now last element is 15 here. 5 plus 15, 20. 7 plus 20, 27. 10 plus 27, 37. 15 plus 37, it is 52. So, if you have elements, if you have 5 elements in the set A, then the number of equivalence relations are 52. So, it is the logic between number of elements in the A and the number of equivalence relations. So, if you have one element means number of equivalence relations are 1. If you have 2 means 2 equivalence relations. If you have 3 means 5. If you have 4 means it is 15. If you have 5 elements means number of equivalence relations are 52. And this is important for board level also in the public exam. Just you will ask the one more question as in the set A, if you have 5 elements, then the number of equivalence relations are, answer is 52 by this method. You can remember this one easily. Next, these are the types. In this one more is there. All of you know symmetric. What about the anti-symmetric? Anti-symmetric relation. See, if A comma B belongs to R and B comma A belongs to R, that means both reverse exist. A comma B, B comma A, both exist. Then A equal to B. If A equal to B, then it is called anti-symmetric relation. A comma B belongs to R and B comma A belongs to R, then A equal to B. When it is A equal to B, we can say it is anti-symmetric relation. Next, see here. One question is, I am taking capital A is empty set. I am taking capital A is empty set. Relation also empty. I am taking both are capital A is empty set. R is empty. That means I define an empty relation. I define an empty relation on empty set. So empty relation on empty set is equivalence relation. It is equivalence relation. How it is? Means for the reflexive, to check the reflexive, first if you have 1 is there means 1 comma 1, 2 is there means 2 comma 2 should be there. But here there is no elements. Here also no other elements. So it is reflexive. Suppose here 2 is there means 2 comma 2 should be there. 3 is there means 3 comma 3 should be there. There is no elements here. Here also no ordered pairs. So it is reflexive. Next, what about the symmetric? For the symmetric, what it told? The reverse case. A comma B not belongs to R. A comma B not belongs to R. That means if pair does not exist, A comma B not belongs to R, then B comma A also not belongs to R. Here there is no pairs here. That is not belongs to R. There is no pairs in this one. So result pair also not in this one. If you have any pair, you can check that one. If there is no pairs, means how can you check? So then it is symmetric. Next, what about the transitive? Here also same. The reverse case. There is no elements here. When there is no elements, it is transitive. So the empty relation on empty set is equivalence relation. Remember the point? The empty relation on empty set is an equivalence relation. Next, the empty relation on non-empty set. Non-empty set means there is some elements are there. 1, 2, 3, some elements are there. Empty relation on non-empty set. Then it is here 1, 2, 3 is there. Here it should be 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Then it is reflexive, but there is no elements. It is not reflexive. But it is symmetric and transitive because there is no ordered pairs. Remember one thing. In the relation, there is no ordered pairs, means it is blindly symmetric and transitive. Symmetric and transitive. It is reflexive or not depend on the given set. If the given set is non-empty, that means some elements are there, means it is not reflexive. If it is also empty, then it is reflexive. So that's why I wrote empty relation on empty set is equivalence relation. Next, empty relation on non-empty set is, it is not reflexive but symmetric and transitive. Is symmetric and transitive. So what is it? Empty relation on empty set is equivalence. All three: reflexive, symmetric, transitive. If empty relation on non-empty set, then it is only symmetric and transitive, not reflexive. This is the introduction for these relations. So what you learn here in the relations? First, what is the Cartesian product? Next, what is the relation? Next, number of relations. Next, what is the inverse relation? Next, in this one, types of relations. In this one, types, mainly most important is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, and identity relation also. Next, what is the shortcut formula for number of reflexive relations? That is 2 power n square minus m. Next, number of symmetric, 2 power n into n plus 1 by 2. Next, there is no formula for number of transitive. If the relation is reflexive, symmetric, transitive, then we can say it is equivalence relation. And I gave the number of elements and the number of equivalence relations. Between the logic I gave already. Next, an empty relation on empty set is equivalence. An empty relation on non-empty set is symmetric and transitive. It is the introduction for this one. Now come to see the problems. See, the first one is capital A equal to 2x, x belongs to natural numbers, and x less than 3. X value is below 3 and should be natural numbers. So what are the natural numbers? That is below 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. So it is 2x. 2x plus 2 into 1, 2. 2 into 2 is 4. Capital A is 2, 4. Now what is the B? B is this equation. So how to solve the equation? X square minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. So if you multiply this one, you have to get 3. Add or subtract, you have to get minus 4. That is x square minus 3x minus x plus 3 equal to 0. So x is common, x minus 3, minus 1 is common, x minus 3 equal to 0. So x minus 1 into x minus 3 equal to 0. X is 1 comma 3. But here, what is said? X value is above 1. Above 1 means which one you have to take? 3 only, not the 1. So in the B, there is element 3. Now for this one, what is the A cross B? It is 2, 3. Next one, 4th. 2, 3, 4th. Answer is option A. It is simple and basic level. Next, capital A is 2, 3, 5. Capital B is 4, 6, 8. Then relation from A to B is relation from A to B means in the ordered pace, first elements belongs to A, second elements belongs to B. Remember this point. First element compulsory belongs to A, second element compulsory belongs to B. Check once. What are the first elements of 2, 3, 5? 2, 3, 5 is there. Next. Here, second elements are 4. Here, see here, this 5. This 5 actually first element, but he wrote in the second, so it is wrong. Next, 2 comma 4, 2 comma 4 correct. 5 comma 8, 5 comma 8. Next, 6 comma 5. He wrote the first element, but and again 6 he wrote here. 6, these elements compulsory in the second places, but this one he wrote first place, this one he wrote second place, so it is wrong. Next, 2 comma 4, 2 first place, 4 second place, correct. 3 comma 6, 3 first place, 6 second place, correct. 2 comma 6, 2 first place, 6 second place, correct. Answer is C. See, the next problem is, if A equal to 1, 2, 3, and what is the F? The solution defined by F. 1, 1, 1 comma 2, and 2 comma 1. 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 2 comma 1. Then on A, F is, it is reflexive, symmetric, transitive, or equivalence relation, or antisymmetric. See here, to check it is reflexive, it is completely dependent upon the given set here. So in the given set there is 1, 2, 3. The ordered pairs 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 should be in the given relation. So 1, 1 is there, yes. 2, 2, there is no 2, 2. So it is not reflexive. So first one wrong. It is not reflexive because in the F 2, 2, 3, 3 not belongs to F. So it is not reflexive. So next, symmetric. Symmetric and transitive completely depend on the given relation. Symmetric and transitive completely depend upon the given relation. Now see here, in the given relation, how many ordered pairs are there? For every ordered pair, the inverse should be in that one. The inverse should be in that relation only. Suppose if I take 1, 1, what is the inverse of that one? Is 1, 1 again. Reverse. 1, 1 is there. Next, take all the pairs. For every pair, you should be correct. For every pair, there should be inverse in this one. If one pair does not exist also, it is not symmetric. If all the pairs exist, then it is symmetric. 1, 1, reverse 1, 1. 1, 2, reverse 2, 1 is there. Next pair. 2, 1. What is the reverse of this one? Is 1, 2 is there. So it is symmetric. So it is symmetric. So answer is B. Next, it is not equivalence relation. It is not equivalence relation because here already it is not reflexive. When it is not reflexive, it is not equivalence relation. When you can say it is equivalence relation, when it is symmetric, reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then you can say it is equivalence relation. Next, we can't check antisymmetric here. We can't check. If you check also 1, 2, A, B for antisymmetric C here. 1, 2 belongs to F, correct? 2, 1 also belongs to F. What is the condition? A, B belongs to R, B, A belongs to R, then A equal to B. Is 2 equal to 1? No. A not equal to B. Here we got A not equal to B. If it is A equal to B, then we can say it is antisymmetric. Here 2 is not equal to 1. So it is not anti-symmetry. So it is only symmetry. Next, come to the next problem is A equal to 1, 2, 3 and the relation F is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Is it is. Now see here. First I am checking reflection. So reflection is completely dependent upon the given set A. In the given A, which elements are there? 1, 2, 3 is there. The ordered pairs 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 is in the F or not? Yes. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3 is in the F. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 belongs to F. So it is reflexive. It is reflexive. Next, what about the symmetric? For every ordered pair, the inverse should be in that one. Reverse 1, 1. What is the reverse is 1, 1. 2, 2. What is the reverse is 2, 2 is there. 3, 3. 3, 3 is there. Yes, it is symmetric. So it is symmetric also. Next, what about the transitive? See the transitive condition. If A, B belongs to R, B, C not belongs to R, then A, C not belongs to R. If this condition satisfies also, it is transitive. See here. Here A, B 1, 1 belongs to R. Suppose I am taking. Here what is the condition is? These two elements should be same. First order pair, second element. Second order pair, first element should be same. Now here 1, 1 belongs to R. What is the B value now? 1. With starting 1, any order pair is there? With starting 1, any ordered pair here, there is no ordered pair. There is no such B, C in the R, not in the R. Then A, C also not in the R. Then it is transitive. It is transitive. Actually, A, B belongs to R, B, C belongs to R, then A, C belongs to R is a normal thing. But what is the competitive part is A, B belongs to R, B, C not belongs to R. That means a second order pair. If second order pair not exists, here what is the second element is 1. With starting 1 again any order pair is there? No. Here second element is 2. With starting 2, any order pair is there? No. If 3, second order pair is there? No. So it is transitive. Otherwise, you can say in this way. I am taking one more way. That is normal. A, B belongs to R, B, C belongs to R, then A, C belongs to R. Suppose here 1, 1 belongs to R. With the starting 1, again that pair only. Again I am taking that pair only. You can take this way also. Again that pair only. That is, again we can take 1, 1. Now here these both are same. Belongs to R. Now what is the result is? Result also 1, 1. Then 1, 1 belongs to R. So same pair only we have to take 1, 1, A, B, and these only B, C, and these only A, C. In this way also we can prove that is transitive. So it is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. So it is equivalence relation. So this is the relations topic and some of the problems I given. In the next class I will discuss more problems. Thank you.